Good morning, Year 6. This is Monday, the 22nd of February. Welcome back after half term. We hope you had a lovely time. We are in lesson 1 now of our 2-week writing unit, where you will be writing and publishing a newspaper report that describes an event. Now, today we're going to be looking at some language, and we're going to be looking at your understanding of that language that's going to be used in the film and in some text that you're going to be looking at throughout the week. So for this lesson, you're going to need paper, pencils, your individual group's worksheet, and your row on the wall outline that was emailed to you on Sunday evening. Now, Year 6, we talk about writing a newspaper report to describe an event. The event that you will be describing will be an extreme sport. So we need to explore what an extreme sport is so that you understand. So what are they? Well, they are also known as action sports, adventure sports, and they are activities that are perceived as involving a high degree of risk. So basically, they're dangerous. These activities often involve speed, height, a high level of physical exertion, expertise, and highly specialist equipment. So, 5-minute challenge now, Year 6. How many extreme sports can you think of and write down? Stop the video now, start timing yourself. 5 minutes, write a list. Off you go. Okay, Year 6. So by now you should have a very long list in front of you of your extreme sports. I've got a few of them here. Let's have a look at them. So we have parkour, parachuting, mountaineering, snowboarding, deep sea diving, skiing, hang gliding, and base jumping. Hopefully you had some of these down on your list too. Now, I can safely say, Year 6, that I have never done any of these sports, nor do I intend to. They look far too dangerous and energetic for me. However, the extreme sport that we'll be focusing on for your newspaper report will be this last one, base jumping. So let's have a look and see what base jumping actually is. So base jumping, it's a noun, and it is the sport of jumping from a high building, a bridge, with a parachute on your back, and not necessarily using that parachute straight away, as you will see when we watch a video in a few minutes. So I had to Google this one because I knew that BASE was an acronym, but I couldn't remember what it stood for. So this is letting you know what it stands for. It stands for the types of objects that the participants of base jumping jump from. So they jump from buildings, antennae, bridges, or the spans between that the bridge covers, and the earth itself in the form of cliffs. So that's what base jumping is, Year 6. So now let's have a look at the first activity that I would like you to do. So we're going to be exploring some of the language that you're going to encounter in the video. Some of it will be technical language, which you need to understand the meaning of, and some of it will be words that perhaps you haven't encountered before. So we're going to give you the opportunity to find them now. So I've split you into groups, yellow, green, and blue. Yellow group, your task is, using the help sheet that I emailed to you, you are to look at the word and the dictionary definition you've been given, and then I want you to draw me an illustration that will help you remember what that word means. Now, we've done this before in class, so it should be a task that you're familiar with. So you can go and do that one now, yellow group. Green group, you've been given a table and a word showing you how that word is used in the text or in the video. I would like you to find the meaning of the word in context, and by in context I mean how it's been used in the text or the video, and find the meaning that fits that context. And then when you've done that, I'd like you to make a sketch that will help you remember what that word means. Blue group, you are to complete the word meaning sheet, finding the meaning of the word in the context of the quote you have been given. Then tell me how, by using that word, what the effect would be on the reader. Now, I've given you an example here. So if the word was treacherous in the context of base jumping, I would be saying to you that it shows the reader that the danger that surrounds the jump. So yellow, green, and blue group, stop the video now and do your task. When you have completed your task, restart the video and move on to the next activity. Okay, Year 6. Now you have been sent this link. I would like you to click on the link and watch this video. Now, this video is of a base jumper called Neil Amundsen. And he wears a GoPro on his head so that you actually almost feel as though you're doing the jump with him. You're experiencing what his experience is as he base jumps. You might want to watch the video a couple of times just so that you really get into it and understand what it is like and what he goes through as a base jumper. And he also touches on why he does it as well. So you might find that helpful for your newspaper report later on. When you've watched enough, I want you to continue with the lesson. So we're moving on now to our activity 2, year 6. Now, we already know that extreme sports are seen as having a high level of risk, and they involve speed, height, physical exertion, and expertise, along with highly specialized equipment. You'll have seen Neil wearing his special flying suit that he did when he wears when he base jumps. So what I would like you to do now, year 6, is to think about the characteristics that make a person who does extreme sports. What are the characteristics and what they would be of a person who does extreme sports, just like base jumping? And how many can you come up with? Can you complete the row on the wall, man, and come up with as many as you can? Now, for some of you who are sat there thinking, oh my goodness, I'm not quite sure what characteristics means. It's a while since we talked about them in class. Let me give you a dictionary definition. So characteristic equals, it's a quality or a feature that is characteristic of someone or something, and which is often seen in them and seems typical of them. It's what makes a person that person. So other words for characteristics are typical, special, makes that person individual, or specific. Let me give you an idea of, I'm thinking about Neil Amundsen now, and thinking about the characteristics that would drive him, that make him the person that he is. And seeing what I've just seen, I would say that he is brave. I would also say that he is fearless. These are both two characteristics. In fact, if I was thinking of characteristics, I might say bravery rather than just brave. So he's just bravery and he's fearless. I'd also say that he's quite courageous. And I also would say that he is someone who likes that adrenaline rush, their characteristics. I would also say that he needs to be a bit off the wall, a bit crazy, in fact. Okay, so there are a few of the characteristics that I think sum up that makes that person like they are. So bravery, fearless, crazy, courageous, and adrenaline, likes an adrenaline rush. How many can you come up with, year 6? So my challenge to you now is to stop the video, complete this task, and when you are ready, if you'd like to continue with the lesson. Okay, year 6. So by now you have completed your word meaning sheet and you've completed your row on the wall. If you've done both of those and you're happy with them, it brings you now to the end of lesson 1. Please remember, year 6, to send in your work to your class teacher at the end of the day.